Most people wake up and dive straight into chaos. But what if your mornings became your secret weapon for peace and power? You're one decision away from reclaiming your life, starting with how you rise. Are you ready to take that control back? The key. Ancient Stoics didn't wait for motivation. They built habits that shaped empires. Now it's your turn to discover what they knew. An emperor once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." What happens when you finally believe him? The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. In a world that constantly floods you with distractions, obligations, and noise, the greatest rebellion is to wake up with peace in your heart and clarity in your mind. Imagine not starting your day in a frenzy, but with strength, purpose, and control. This is not just about improving your mornings. It's about changing your life, one intentional habit at a time. This is ancient Stoic wisdom, reimagined for modern mornings. And if you've ever struggled with stress, burnout, or the pressure to be everything to everyone, then this is your moment to reset. Let's explore the morning practices that helped Stoic philosophers lead with virtue, and that can help you create a foundation of peace and power in your everyday life. Begin with purpose, discovering your Ikigai, or to act with intention every single day. Ikigai is a Japanese word that means a reason for being. It's the point where four essential elements of your life intersect: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Think of it as the sweet spot where passion meets purpose, where your unique talents align with service to others and create meaning, not just money. So why is Ikigai a Stoic habit? Because Stoicism teaches us to live with purpose, to rise each day knowing we're here to fulfill a role with integrity. Marcus Aurelius didn't ask for an easy life. He asked for clarity, discipline, and alignment with nature's course. That's what Ikigai is, inner alignment. When you live your Ikigai, you stop drifting and start leading. You become anchored in something greater than external success. You become grounded in meaning. In practical terms, applying Ikigai each morning means reconnecting with why you do what you do. It's not about grand life overhauls. It's about asking, what matters most today? How can I live in service of that? This morning reflection fuels your actions with clarity. It turns to-do lists into declarations of purpose, and it transforms even the most ordinary mornings into meaningful beginnings. Stoicism and the Japanese concept of Ikigai share a beautiful overlap. Both speak of living with direction. Ikigai is about aligning what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. It's your reason for getting out of bed each day. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself constantly, you are here to play a role, to fulfill a duty, not to sleepwalk through life. Imagine waking up and actually feeling pulled by something meaningful, rather than pushed by obligation. Finding your Ikigai doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with honest questions. What excites me? What value can I bring? What does the world need? Even if your answers are unclear, the pursuit itself creates energy. When you align your mornings with purpose, your entire day becomes more focused. The small things become sacred. Your relationships deepen. Your work becomes art. This is the Stoic way, to act with intention every single day. Prepare the night. Before a Stoic morning starts the night before. Why? Because how you end your day is how you begin the next. Seneca spoke of the value of reflection and mindfulness, and your evening routine is where that begins in practice. But modern life offers a trap the Stoics never faced: the dopamine loop. You know the feeling. You check one video, then another. You scroll TikTok or Instagram thinking it'll be 5 minutes. Suddenly it's midnight. Your mind is racing, your sleep suffers, and the next morning starts foggy. This loop is powered by dopamine, a brain chemical that rewards novelty. But what feels like rest is actually overstimulation, and it steals your peace. Instead, choose to unwind with intention. Dim the lights. Write tomorrow's priorities. Read something that nourishes you. Let your body know it's time to disconnect and settle. This isn't about being strict. It's about being kind to your future self. Because a clear mind at sunrise is rarely born from chaos the night before. This isn't about strict rules. It's about giving your future self a head start. A clear mind in the morning is rarely born from chaos the night before. Embrace consistency. Consistency is not about rigidity. It's about rhythm. And rhythm creates reliability, not just in what you do, but in who you are. The Stoics believed that excellence was not an act, but a habit. When you wake up at the same time each day, you begin your life with structure. It's not just about productivity. It's about declaring that you are someone who honors their word, even in private. You won't always feel motivated. Some mornings your bed will beg you to stay, but that's when it matters most. Each time you rise despite resistance, you build integrity. You're not chasing perfection. You're building momentum. You're proving to yourself, I can be trusted with my own time, my own goals, my own growth, and when you slip, which you will, return. That return is your real strength. Practice self-compassion. Discipline without compassion becomes punishment. The Stoics were hard on themselves, but not cruel. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, wrote honestly about his struggles, his procrastination, his weariness, but he never wallowed. He observed, learned, and gently urged himself forward. Your mornings won't always go as planned. That's okay. The key is not in never falling, but in rising with grace. When you speak to yourself with the same patience you'd offer a friend, your growth becomes sustainable. Forgive yourself quickly. Recommit softly. That's how resilience is born, not through force, but through understanding. Set the environment. You may not control everything outside you, but your environment, that's yours to shape. A tidy room, a lit candle, a made bed, these aren't trivial. They are silent affirmations. I matter. My space matters. My mindset matters. Epictetus taught that character is shaped by our repeated actions. And what's more repeated than how we live in our space each day? So curate your surroundings like you would your thoughts. Let beauty and simplicity greet you in the morning. It doesn't have to be perfect, just intentional. Because when your space is in order, your mind finds it easier to follow. Find accountability. Growth is personal, but it doesn't have to be lonely. Even Stoic philosophers relied on one another. Letters, debates, friendships, they held each other to a higher standard. Find someone who understands your goals. Share your intentions. Send a daily check-in. It could be a friend, a mentor, or even an online group. Accountability brings structure. It turns vague aspirations into real commitments. When someone else knows your standard, you're more likely to live up to it. Not for them, but for you. Together, you sharpen one another. And that's the Stoic W8. Reflect on mortality. Memento mori, remember you must die. To some it sounds morbid, but to the Stoics it was awakening. When you reflect on death, not to fear it but to honor it, you begin to live differently. Suddenly the small annoyances lose their grip, the missed emails, the traffic, the spilled coffee, because you realize this morning is a gift. Not everyone got one. So breathe it in. Look at the sky. Call someone you love. Take that risk you've been putting off. And if the day gets hard, remember that you are here alive with another chance to begin again. Practice negative visualization. Life is unpredictable. The Stoics didn't pretend otherwise. Instead, they prepared. Every morning, take a moment to ask, what could go wrong today? Not in a panicked way, but in a grounded one. If the meeting gets canceled, how will I respond? If someone speaks harshly, how will I protect my peace? This simple practice, called premeditatio malorum, trains your mind to stay steady. You expect challenge and therefore are not undone by it. And here's the twist. Imagining what you could lose makes you love what you have. You cherish the quiet cup of coffee, the warm bed, the chance to try again. This is not pessimism. It's powerful peace. 10. End your day with gratitude. The day winds down, the sky dims, and before you disappear into sleep, you pause. What went well today? Gratitude is not just a mood, it's a muscle, and the Stoics exercised it deliberately. While they trained for hardship, they also celebrated simplicity. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, big or small. Maybe the way sunlight hit the wall. Maybe a conversation that made you smile. Maybe simply this: you tried. This closing ritual rewires your mind to see abundance, and it sets the tone for tomorrow. Because when you end in gratitude, you begin again in peace. As we wrap up this journey through the 10 Stoic morning habits, remember, these aren't just tasks to check off. They're invitations to live with greater clarity, with deeper gratitude, and with unshakable purpose. Each practice may seem small, but together, they form a powerful rhythm for life. One that doesn't chase perfection, but cultivates presence. One that doesn't promise constant happiness, but delivers lasting fulfillment. A Stoic life isn't about doing more. It's about becoming more grounded, more resilient, more true to who you're meant to be. This is just the beginning. There's a world of wisdom waiting for you, and it starts again tomorrow morning, with intention, with calm, and with courage. If this video inspired you, or for more content, please leave your comments and share your experiences and your thoughts. Here's to mornings that matter, days lived with purpose, and a life anchored in timeless wisdom. Thank you for walking this path with us. Your presence in the Stoic Voyage community means the world. Until next time, stay grounded, stay purposeful,